Someone just asked in a comment if they'll be able to embrace their child in heaven even once. And it's such a question. Maybe we need to raise our idea of heaven. Please God, the mother will come to heaven and the child is in heaven already. And yes, you'll embrace them once, but that embrace will be for eternity. And it will be much, much better than any embrace we can think of on earth. It's not just going to be a hug with arms, but as the Father, Son, and Spirit completely interpenetrate each other as spirit, which is called circumcessio, then all the communion of saints are united perfectly with the Blessed Trinity in this spiritual way, all of them entirely present to all of them. St. Augustine, trying to talk about the Trinity, it says we need to abstract away from everything material to try to understand this. He says you have your memory, your intellect, and your will. They're not different substance to each other. But if the memory contains all knowledge, this is speaking now of God, and the intellect understands all that knowledge, and it's all being true because it's of God, it's all therefore good, and therefore it's entirely loved. So this imperfect model of the Father, Son, and Spirit as memory, intellect, and will. And because the Holy Spirit has the infinite capability to love, and the Son is infinitely lovable as he's entirely true, and the Father is infinitely lovable as he's the fullness of being, and similarly as the Son has the power to know the Spirit perfectly and know the Father perfectly, so he's filled with them, and the Father's knowledge is of the Son and the Spirit, so he's full of them. The three are in this. To call it an embrace is just too weak a word for something that exceeds all of our expression and conception. But that is what he's calling all the communion of saints into that one embrace. So we will all be united with each other as the Trinity are united, except that none of us will have it to the same degree as God. Our Lady will be the first, the highest, as it were, and every other angel and saint finding their place in that hierarchy. But everyone will be completely full of God. Like we're vessels of different sizes. So you might have some that are like small thimbles or small cups or pint glasses or barrels or huge vessels. Or Our Lady, she's like an open sea. She's so vast in her capacity to receive from God because of her purity and humility, and therefore in her power to receive being, know the truth, and love the goodness of it. One analogy we might think of is a fire, a campfire. Everyone who gets around the campfire finds where they're most comfortable. They don't want to be any closer because they'd be too hot. They don't want to be any further away because they'd be too cold. They go where they want to be. And so everyone in heaven, you're not jealous of the people that are higher than you in heaven, and you're not contemptuous of the people that are, let's say, lower. Even that's not a very good word, or further away is not a good word. Let's say participating in the divine life in a less intense way. We're all just completely full, and that capacity we have to receive God and be united with him is something we work out here on earth, depending how much we will sacrifice for him, mortify ourselves and our things of this world to know it. Of course, it's true in heaven, we will have our resurrected bodies. So the question of the body is real as well. How bodies interact in heaven, I don't know. Perhaps one analogy is to think of light, that there's reasons to think that Jesus' resurrection was like a massive explosion of light, like the marks of the Turin shroud are burnt onto it like radiation or something. And of course, light beams can cross each other, interact, without destroying any of the information that's in them, so that if they pass through each other, they come out the other side intact. They don't destroy each other by the interaction. Now, if all that is concentrated in one place, then you can have all these persons, because the person is never dissolved, never lost, and yet they're sharing the same one life. One other analogy, think of a family dinner table. The father provides for the family, puts food on the table, which the mother has prepared, and everybody eats of the same table with the kids as well. So that food on the table is the substance. It becomes the substance of our own bodies, right? After we eat it, part of it becomes our body. So we live from the same substance. But the substance we will live from in heaven is God's being. The food that we consume, the drink that we drink at the banquet is God himself, which of course we see and practice in the Holy Eucharist. But we need to go to a spiritual understanding, abstracting away from the accidents, the appearances of bread and wine, and know that in truth, this is God. This is why he's given us the Holy Eucharist, to prepare us for heaven. So to the mother, I'll pray you get to heaven, and pray your child is there. And yeah, one embrace, just once, but once is enough, because it's eternity. That's the only instant there is. I hope this answer is helpful. God bless you all.